The short squeeze has played out, as you can see by the crypto bubbles chart over here. A lot of the altcoins have proceeded to bounce into the double digits, and there is a major crypto exchange that's delisting a couple of coins. So if you hold any of those coins, make sure that you stay tuned throughout the show. I want to give you the main levels to watch for so that you know how you can get out of those positions if you are stuck in what may be dead coins. And it may be an unpopular opinion since some of those are crowd favorites like XRP. Without further ado, let's get into one of the most important things for the day, which is the Forex Factory calendar over here. And as you can see that we have Fed Chair Powell, which speaks later on at 8:30 p.m. this evening. So I think that is going to be a major market moving event, which is why, of course, it's highlighted in red. And then we have CPI month on month coming up on Thursday, which is also going to be something important to keep your eye on. That's going to give us an outlook for what we can expect from the next major interest rate raise. Price-wise, on the monthly chart, we are coming into the monthly close very soon. And I just wanted to take note of kind of where we are with the different indicators over here. The MACD is trying to cross back towards the upside. You can see the histogram is slowly but surely turning a lighter and lighter red, and then eventually that will start to tick up and turn green. But are we there yet? Well, using the RSI, you can see from all the major bottoms that we had back in 2015, as well as the 2018, 2019 bear market. The RSI has never been this low on the monthly chart. And I warned you guys as well months ago, if you have a look at this over here, you want to wait for it to cross back up and be confirmed. And you did have this little cross over here, but I said be patient. Price-wise, that needs to line up. You need to clear certain levels. So if you see the RSI crossing up, and at the same time, simultaneously, price breaks through certain levels and makes a higher high, then it's all systems go and it's good to go. And a lot of people, I think, have been wrecked by using indicators in the wrong way, whereby they think, well, RSI is down, it can't go lower. Well, there it is. Look, it couldn't go lower there. And now where are we? We lower. So the monthly close will give us more information. Every time the month closes, we will see if the slope of this begins to change. At the end of this month, we'll know soon enough if this is ticking back up or if it's continuing with its posture towards the downside. So that is something that I will review as soon as we hit the 1st of December. But from a timing perspective, I haven't looked at it from this point of view, which I find interesting, and must stop Murad. Murad is a OG in the space from like back in 2017. He is one of the big on-chain analysts, and he was kind of like a Dylan Leclerc, one of those type of guys, and he shows here if you measure from top to top, which is very interesting, 2014 top all the way to the 2017 top, it's exactly 4 years. Same thing if you go from the 2018 top to the 2022 top, it's also exactly 4 years. Bottom to bottom, when you measure from 2015 all the way to the end of the bear market just before 2019, so late December 2018, 4 years. And then you measure from that bottom all the way to where we're currently at right now as it stands is 4 years. So very interesting to say the least. That could this potentially be an opportunity for a bottom to form? You guys know my thoughts. I've outlined it, made a whole tweet thread, and I said this could be the point of maximum opportunity. But using the volatility indicator, it is contracting back down. I don't expect the bear market to end until this at least kicks on up to the upside and reaches anywhere between the 3 and 6 level. That's Bitcoin volatility divided by the volatility index of the S&P 500, which they call the VIX. In other news, I did cover yesterday as well, that for the first time in a long time, we have a capitulation signal from the Bitcoin miners. This is usually using the hash ribbons from Capitulation Investments is the name of the indicator over there. And it's actually one of the first times that we've had the capitulation signal soon after having just received a buy signal. So you had a buy signal back then. Usually you don't see a buy signal and have price trending down and then lead into a capitulation signal. So this is also in line with what I warned of, that this time is different within the markets. And the safest thing that you can do as a trader or investor is stick with the trend. So with this being said, this could be a final opportunity to provide a capitulation. If miners capitulate, price can capitulate. And then it leads into a major market reset, which would tie in very nicely with what Murad has over here. Not a lot of data points to work with, though. You only have 2 from market tops and 2 from the market bottoms, which is very, very immature sort of signal. But nevertheless, it is interesting to say the least. So S&P 500 over here, futures, it has rejected from that zone. Now you need to be watching what happens in this gray box. This box over here, previously, you can notice if you look over here, this was support, broke through, major breakdown, resistance, broke through again, retested a support over there, broke through, came back, resistance, and now we got through the upside again. Now the question is, do we test this as support? So in other words, this area, this 38 to 3900 area on the S&P 500 is a very sticky zone, which you do want to watch. I'm currently running a short on this, which I took on Prime XBT. If you do want to trade it, that's a place to look at. If you want to use your crypto as collateral, which I do, USDT, or you can use your Bitcoin or Ethereum as collateral. Pretty much, I'll be looking to take profits into this zone. So Prime XBT, they are one of the sponsors. They do seem pretty decent to me. Decent liquidity over there as well. If you do wish to get an account, check the link below. You can get a sign-up bonus. So moving on, the coins that are being delisted. Coinbase has announced that as of the 5th of December, 2022, they will no longer be supporting the following assets. So you have Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum Classic, and then you have Stellar, Lumens, and XRP. So why they're taking it off? Well, pretty much there's no trading volume over there, and exchanges make their money of trading volume. So if there's no trading volume, they may as well take it off. And if there's no trading volume, does that mean that these coins are going to survive? Well, the longest standing one has definitely been XRP. So I thought, let's take a look at the chart over here. And in all honesty, it looks terrible. I mean, there's your chart already. This looks like pretty much a straight, strong, powerful downtrend on the 3-day chart. But the most concerning thing with these charts is none of them have taken out their 2017 highs. If you go into a new bull cycle and you see any coin that fails to get even close to its previous all-time high, that is a long-term warning sign for you. So marking out the levels over here, pretty much if you are an XRP holder, whatever you want to call it, the way that I see it is you have a couple of key levels, okay? If you can get above 50 cents, then things begin to change. Then potentially there is some further upside momentum, clear this level, and maybe it starts to establish a bit of an uptrend. But I don't see the long term being very good, purely for the fact that the all-time high of this cycle did not take out the previous cycle. What I would expect to happen over here is most likely it's probably going to slowly just bleed through, come into the next key level, which is at 31 cents. And then the last line in the sand is all the way down at 16 cents, which would be quite catastrophic for any XRP hodlers. If you are holding, that's still down another 58%, which would take you into a very, very important zone. Once you lose that, as you can see, this is just clear air over here. There's absolutely no support all the way down. At that point, the coin's dead though. So that is XRP. I'm just being a realist over here. I apologize if you are an XRP maxi. I really don't mean to hurt your feelings, but that's what the chart is telling me. So Bitcoin Cash, also looking not so hot. Here you have it very hyped in 2018 when it forked from Bitcoin, went all the way up to $4,300. Can you believe that? And blow off top, came straight down, reaccumulated. Next move finished off at $1,648, which is not looking good. And now if you look at current price action relative to previous levels of support and resistance, this is essentially what's going on. The level to clear is $126. And then potentially you have a smaller dead cat bounce or relief rally in play. At the moment, this is in an incredibly strong downtrend, and it's looking like it's heading straight towards the 2018 low, which is coming in at $73, which brings it down another 35% from here. Once you lose that level, pretty much same thing as XRP, there's just thin air below that. Next one, Ethereum Classic over here. Now, this one got pretty hyped, if I'm not mistaken, within this cycle. So you can see, yeah, they forked Ethereum, right? All the way back in 2016. Longer term, this one did make a higher high. If I'm not mistaken, the Ethereum Classic is a mined coin. And therefore, since Ethereum changed from proof of work to proof of stake, there may still be some sort of a use case for this, whereby the Ethereum miners take their mining equipment and start mining things like Ethereum Classic, just as one example. So therefore, not all hope is lost on this one, but nevertheless, it's a clear, strong downtrend. So you made your all-time high, $176, and constantly it's just been lower highs throughout. Looking at this, if you get above $27.21, things begin to change. Potential for a higher relief rally coming to test these areas at about $43. Get above that, and maybe it's starting to establish a new uptrend. But with that being said, I think more than likely it's going to come down to $13.15. So will this one die? Not sure. I'm not so sure about that. This is probably one of the better looking ones out of these 4 coins that are being delisted. And then looking at the next one, which is Stellar. Let's see, going back historically, pretty much the same thing as Bitcoin Cash and XRP, in that it made an all-time high, almost got near that all-time high again in this run. So that was the 2017 all-time high. It came all the way at 93 cents. This time it came up to about 80 cents. And then it's been a downtrend ever since then. Now, what you would expect, guys, with coins like these, and this applies to anything that you're looking at, do you see how long this accumulation phase is? This is what I really want you to take the message over here. This area over here, look how long that accumulation phase is. Now, this is typically how you expect market bottoms to form. And you could imagine it would probably look something similar to this. So if you were to take that, let's actually measure that out. And you say that, well, it looks something like that, right? That's your accumulation phase. It would come all the way to about April of 2024 that you would want to try and find some sort of a bottom within the market. So keep that in mind with any coin that you're looking at. Don't think just because the prices look really good now and it's down 99% from all-time high that it's a great buy, because it can go lower. It can squeeze all the way down into these zones, which I have 7 cents, then 6 cents, and then if it lost that, it would go all the way to 4 cents. But if this is going to survive, Stellar Lumens, I don't even know what they do. I remember the name, but I've got no clue fundamentally what they do. I would expect something like this, maybe even a final spike into that last key level and a long-term accumulation phase. So that's it for those altcoins over there being delisted. It does happen all the time. It's not necessarily a major train smash as long as the exchanges like Binance and them don't delist it, because that's where most of the trading volume is. So price action on Bitcoin on the daily chart. This rally, as you can see, came directly on the daily chart into the 24 exponential moving average. Yesterday, we had the triangle. I've been actually preaching this the whole week. I said to you guys, look, I'm not so sure if this will hold as a descending triangle, but if it doesn't, then we're looking at it as a range where you have a mid-range, and currently you're still playing within the range. Maybe you get a little bit higher and you target back towards the top of the range. So that looks like what is taking place now. I'm going to delete the triangle. I don't think it's relevant. It's more looking like a range now. We'll stick within this range and see what happens. But long term, this is what you kind of want to see. Let me just clean this up a bit for you. Let's hide the drawings, and then I will even take off the price. There we go. And let's take off the 34 EMA. There we go. Okay, perfect. So what you want to see for a bottom formation as well, if you're purely just using the indicators, this is the 12 and 24. So you can see cross to the downside. That is a strong downtrend. So price continued. It's going to keep bringing the drawings up, so I can't draw there. But you want to see the band start to compress like this. This is what a bottom formation would start to look like. And then they cross back to the upside. At that point, price, which I can put back on over here, would be doing something like this. This is your accumulation phase. And then if they cross back to the upside, things begin to change. You start to take out more higher key levels, and then there's an opportunity maybe to start to go long and to build that other part of the position, which I told you, the other 50% of the capital, which we're only entering into an uptrend. So keep an eye on these bands. They can be incredibly useful. If you just take a look at the bands and you want to see them start to flatten out and then form an accumulation phase. Okay, Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart over here, momentum oscillators on the 4-hour are beginning to reach. The short squeeze has played out that we outlined, which was where all the stops would have been placed over here. Now the question is, do we have continuation to the upside? I'm sure that's what you're all wondering. I would say it's hard to say because of Jerome Powell's speech tonight. Could be throw a spanner in the works. It might make it a little bit challenging, but I'll give you the upside targets. If price does continue to the upside, then this is your range high. What's interesting about this area is this also matches up with your June low. So I've written it very, very small over here, but that is your June low, which is a wick that was that wick low that we made where everyone thought it was the bottom in June. That's that area. That's going to be a strong area to contend with for bulls to get through that zone. And then you have the 200 exponential moving average as well, which is coming in over here. This is all going to be a key level of resistance. So keep a very, very close eye on those zones over there. Now, how did we find out that the short squeeze was going to happen? Well, you guys know we use this chart over here, which is essentially Bitcoin using the different cumulative volume deltas for both spot and leverage. So the stable coin margin leverage, which is the USDT and USDC, and then the coin margin, which means that coin margin just means that you use your coins as collateral. So if you're holding Ethereum and you want to go long Ethereum, then it uses your Ethereum as collateral to build the leverage position. Both of those spiked through their resistance zones. You can see over here on spot, though, it's still nothing convincing, right? I mean, this can still easily be adjusted. It's a little bit subjective, but spot is not in an uptrend, is basically what I'm trying to show over here. It still could come back down below this trend line, meaning that for the past month, spot positions are still selling short. So they're selling all of their spot positions. And the only upside moves that we've had are because of leverage traders that keep spiking price to the upside. Now, if you go back over here, they would just close that. Okay, forget the line. If you go back over here and you have a look at this area, this is typically what it looks like, right? So you have a bit of a build up and then a spike down. Now we start to build up again, and then eventually this will get to levels that are quite heated, and that is when the leverage longs will start to get flushed out and taken to the downside. And at that point, you expect your next major unraveling of leverage traders, and therefore price will continue to the downside. Using GMX, which is kind of an objective way because it's all decentralized to measure what the long versus short ratio is. There's no manipulation of order books or anything like that, or wash trading. It's pure decentralized. You have 38 million over here that are in long and 65 that are in short positions, which means that the shorts are currently still stacked, which means that there is a potential that the longs could squeeze them a little bit more. These guys start to close their positions and then decide to flip long, and then now you would start to look for short opportunities. So on the low time frame, here it is. This was our chart that we outlined it all with. Wipe out the stops. Now we caught right by the mid-range. I would be targeting towards the June low, and then we can take it from there. It is possible that you can come all the way to the top of the range high, which is just above 18,000. That would be the final liquidity grab over here. Liquidity, because this is where people were shorting from. You had the impulsive move down, came straight back up in a strong downtrend. People start adding to shorts there, down, up, re-add to shorts, and then it's been shorting all the way since, which means price could really start to squeeze all the way up into somewhere within the 18,000 region, and then this would just look like a deviation. Let me just clear it up and make it clean for you. So what could happen is this. So you guys know the levels over here. If you see price consolidate after a big move like this and it consolidates, it starts to create a bull flag. Then you usually get your next impulsive move up. Maybe you get another bull flag over there. and then another impulsive move up into the 18,000 region. And then that's where I would definitely start to look for weakness. If you see a deviation back below the June low and it can't get back above that zone, then that's your signal to go short. So this is probably going to play out over the next couple of days to even weeks. Let's see how it goes. At the moment, the bias definitely in the short term, very short term, must be clear on that. Very short term, the bias is to continue the short squeeze and a little bit more upside momentum. Medium time frame, still looking for the final leg down, which I don't think has quite happened yet. That brings us to the end, guys. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please do me a solid favor. Give the video a like, hit the bell notification, and subscribe to the channel. Oh, yes, and I got a message from our Discord manager. Jump into the Discord as well. The link is below over here. Where is the link? Where's the link? Yeah, there's Crypto Discord with the little green dot over there. It is free to join. You'll just have to use any one of these exchange links. Whether you trade on there or not is up to you. You just have to sign up to an exchange, make a small deposit, and then you're in the Discord, which is where Sheldon and myself, as well as the Bombay Trillionaire, drop a whole bunch of trades and alpha. That's it from me, guys. I will see you all on the next video. Have an absolutely stellar day. Cheers for now.